Hello and welcome to Slamfire Radio, episode 391 for February 4th, 2021. I'm one of your hosts, Adriel.
Random Dave, it's you.
I'm scrolling through the show notes. Hold on. I'm trying to find the top. I'm bad at this. I'm Random Dave, another one of your hosts, scrolling through the show notes.
And I'm Kelly. Hi, everybody.
There we go.
Kelly had the show notes open.
We got it through.
Yay! We did it.
We did it.
It only took us 15 minutes. Okay.
We got there. Yeah.
All right. Hey, everybody.
Hi.
Hi,
Hey.
Adriel.
Hey,
Hi, Ray. Hi,
it's been so long since we talked. Not
I
more than a week, but it feels like more than a week.
Since you and I talked?
again?
We talk more than once a week.
I think we talk. Yeah, you're my
Yeah.
new BFF. Sorry,
Yeah.
Kelly's listening, by the way, watching. Hi, Kelly. Random Dave, we haven't talked in forever in 2 days.
Yes.
I know. I've been busy and I just haven't had time to really do anything interesting.
You got to get Random Dave into Maple
Basically
Seed,
working.
and then we'll talk more than once a week.
Well, he has his rifleman patch.
I
You
know, and I
what?
got the email inviting me, and I'm like,
And he went, no, I don't like people. I don't have
Kids?
time for you.
Ugh,
Ew.
don't like them.
not that I don't like people, and they're people with guns. So people with guns, we can be friends. That's okay. But
Yeah.
I don't know that I have time, but I am considering it. So I'm thinking
Mm.
about it.
Mm,
You got time.
mm,
Yeah.
You got time.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, I do this year.
Come to
Except
the
I'm
dark
working
side.
6 days a week. So,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Yep. All right. All we did in guns this week is brought to you by the Calgary Shooting Center, Canada's premier firearms retailer. Right now, they have the Mossberg Plus Maverick, or maybe just the Mossberg Maverick. It's starting at $299. They've also have the Retrograde 500 and 590, and those go between $639 and $669. That video I put out on the Maverick, super popular. I don't think a lot of people reviewed that thing.
Renegade, you
think-
mean?
Maverick, no, the Mossberg Maverick.
Oh, the Maverick. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. That
thinking.
one. The other one too, but this one especially, I think, like the cheapest Mossberg
yeah.
shotgun you can get. A lot of people are interested, and it's pretty good. Mine was pretty good.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Not
So
like,
my
oh my God, it's
my
amazing.
qualification for pretty good is like I pump it and it works. And
It
it's
works.
like there's some Turk shotguns that aren't really that smooth.
Pump it and it doesn't
And
work.
Jesus, I can't believe I just said smooth and Mossberg in the same sentence, but smoother than a Turk. Smoother than some
Smoother
of the
than a
Turk
Turk.
shotguns. Some of the Turkish shotguns are better. Some of them are worse. And
Yep.
I think that, it's better than some of the worst. And
Okay,
it's cheap.
So it's
Wait,
better
wait.
than garbage. is
Better
what
than
you're
the
saying.
worst.
All right.
Yes.
All right.
Mhm.
But it is cheap.
Yeah, very
Okay.
cheap.
All right. We've been
Uh,
talking about so many Mavericks. I'm just getting.
Maverick. Renegade Maverick.
Point,
Yeah,
and I'm going
yeah.
forever.
Feel like we should be getting into F-15s and maybe going and shooting down some MiGs.
Goose.
Yeah.
Goose.
Oh, yeah. I'm so
Talk to me,
looking
Adriel.
forward to this.
Talk
Can
to
we, hey, why don't we get together this summer and watch that movie? Okay. So I did watch your latest video, by the way. I was
Which one?
expecting more sweat.
Oh, the one with sweat or without?
The one with sweat.
Okay.
Oh, I don't know. Is there two? One with sweat and one without?
Well,
You were
I did
doing
one
jumping
with
jacks at
I
the
did one
end.
with the WK. Yeah, that one had some sweat. If you were on if you were on your phone, it probably didn't show up. If you're on
Okay.
your monitor and you watched it, there's like sweat beading down my face.
I was
like
expecting
disgusting
it,
amount of sweat.
like just
it's like
pouring off
dripping
of
off my
you.
nose.
Yeah, that's what I was expecting. But I
Later
did
on in
watch
the
it.
video.
I was quite impressed with all the jumping jacks.
Mhm.
Just have to say,
Mhm.
well done.
Well, like I've said every other week, my kids are now doing my video editing, and they also come up with ideas on dumb stuff I need to do in the videos, which is where this most recent one came out with.
Nice.
The little like gun toys that like fight each other and start on fire.
Are you giving them are you crediting them as like creative director in the video or executive
They get
producer? Or
paid.
what's the crediting?
It's like it's like part-time jobs, so they have to do work and
Oh,
edit.
when you say part-time job, you give them $5, right?
I give them some money. Give them some money.
Okay.
Yeah, they don't have an
Alright.
allowance, so it's like it's kind
They
of
have to
slave
earn it.
labor. Yeah,
I was gonna
I'm pretty
say,
sure I'm
God,
breaking
they're-
some TOS and like YouTube with like slave
Probably.
labor and that kind of thing. But
People are
They're-
emailing the workers' compensation board right now.
They're
gonna
happy
bust
to
your
do
little
it. They're
sweatshop.
getting a little bit of money.
it's it's completely untraceable.
Yeah.
The WSB they'll never find out. They'll
Yeah.
never find out.
So
Him and Cash.
just to let you know, Doug Rodenbush says, going back to the Mossberg Maverick, he says it's not cheap, but it's value price. It's all how you look at it, right?
Yeah.
Presentation.
It's value. It feels
You know
like
what?
value. You can feel the value when you're holding it in your hands. Like,
Feel the
yes,
value.
I didn't pay a lot for this.
You know what? It's like an Axis, right? When I went hunting 2 years ago, I went hunting. The guy that shot 4 of the deer that our group took,
Yeah.
$300 Axis.
Was shooting with an
With the
Axis.
cheap-
Yeah.
No
scope.
difference. There's
Yeah.
no difference.
Hey, you know
For
what?
99.9% of the shots you're going to take when you're hunting, the Axis will do the same thing as a $1,000 rifle. It will feel as
Yep.
nice. The bolt won't be as smooth when you're putting in place, but it's still going to do the same thing on the deer.
Deer doesn't know the difference.
Nah.
Hey, did you steal that from Adriel?
But
Yeah,
It's
the deer
fairly
doesn't
obvious.
know the difference
I don't think I have
when
a.
it gets hit by an Axis.
I don't think I have a.
hopefully
I
he doesn't
know.
get hit by an
patent on
Axis.
I was
He
just-
gets hit by a bullet.
I was going to tell you, Adriel and I were chatting about it,
Ah,
right? A friend of mine was looking for recommendations. I told him an Axis, and I said, Adriel, what else do you think?
And at the distance of Ontario that you're going to be shooting,
Yeah.
an Axis in 243 because you don't really need any bigger.
No.
It's fine.
I've got a friend who hunts with a 243, and she absolutely loves it. And she's got an Axis in muddy pink. What are they, Muddy Girl?
Hey, girl
Mm.
pink.
Yeah, she absolutely loves that little gun, and she
No.
drops a deer every year with it.
Yeah.
I'm not a really big
Picks
fan
your
of the
gun.
muddy pink either.
No,
She likes it.
sorry.
But
I don't
she
know what
likes
it is.
fantastic.
Some women like pink, not me. By the way, most women don't like pink. Just letting you know.
You know, talking about the 243. So I was talking on Reddit today with some guys who were saying, like, is 243 good enough for deer? And a few years back, I shot a deer at 600 meters with a 7mm Mod 8. My buddy shot a deer at 10 meters with a 7mm Rem mag. And then my buddy's wife shot a deer with a 243 at 50 yards or whatever. We skinned those deers out and we hung them up. Couldn't
Yeah.
tell the difference. You could look at all of me and be like, and which one was shot by the 7mm Rem mag, which one was the 7mm Mod 8, and which
You couldn't
one was the 243. Nah, you
Yeah.
couldn't tell. They're all dead. They're all hanging in the garage. And like when you look at the damage and stuff like that, it's like, I don't know.
So the deer that I saw at 25 meters, actually, it was probably about 22 meters. It would have been fine.
Everything's
You-
fine at all the common distances
I
we
know.
shoot deer
I'm
at.
just
We
saying.
shoot deer at like 100
If I'm
meters
shooting
max.
a deer at 20 meters, yeah, it's fine. I didn't actually get to shoot it because it was duck hunting season as opposed to deer season.
Whack, bang.
Crack bang.
It was coming right at me. I'm pretty sure I heard a quack.
Coming right at me.
It's quacking.
All right.
Yeah, when I went out, everything we shot was sub 100. Matter of fact, most of the places we were hunting 25 would have been more common.
Yeah, that's
Because of heavy,
super
heavy brush.
typical for unless you have like a wide open field to hunt over, you're going to be shooting at 100 in. And if you're shooting at 100 in, any of the popular hunting cartridges will work just fine. 30-30, you look at the 30-30 compared to like a 243, it's tiny. There's not a lot of power behind it. It's fine. We've been using that for centuries to go hunting. And
I was actually thinking of using my 357, and I figured if I'm sub 100, good enough.
deer aren't bulletproof. You put one through the boiler room, it's all over. It's all about shot placement, right? What
Yeah.
can you get in the lungs and heart, and the rest of it doesn't matter.
I don't know, Adriel. I was on Canadian Gun Nuts, and they're saying with the 50s banned, you can't drop a deer anymore. So
What?
I don't know.
Well, I've shot deer from everything from 243. I was hoping for 9mm this year, but I didn't get to that.
Did
243.
you actually do that?
No, I
No?
had it out, but I didn't
Good.
see any deer when I actually had it. I've shot deer with everything from 243 to 338 Lapua, and it doesn't matter. All the big ones, they just dump their energy behind the deer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You put it through the heart and lungs, is like it's gonna get messed up. Doesn't really matter.
Hey, Adriel.
Uh-huh.
If we started the show how long ago, we still even had gotten to what you did in guns this week.
Working around to it. Okay.
Trevor's not here, so we've got lots of extra time.
Yeah, we
Jeez.
got lots of time. I picked up a whole bunch of reloading supplies this week. So I was thinking about 223, known distance, and I gotta do well, or at least like prep the stuff to do well. And I was like, I gotta reload some ammo. So I went and picked out a whole bunch of stuff to reload for 223. So I got some. Powder is really hard to find right now, so
Yeah,
I couldn't
tell me about
find
it.
any of the usual stuff I would use.
Stupid
I couldn't find any of the second tier stuff I'd usually find, but the expensive stuff is still available. So I got some benchmark powder, which is like,
crap.
fancy sounding, and
Yeah.
the price is very fancy too, which I didn't
How
really like.
much?
It's like $60 a pound.
Ooh, yeah, that's what it's at right now.
Yeah,
You better
yeah.
appreciate that.
Well, I got
Yep.
3 pounds of it, so hopefully it's good. And then I've got I've got 1500 Campro 55 grain. I've got some 60 grain VMAX, and I've got some 70 grain Burger. And
Cool.
I hope I can just use the 55 grain. The 60 grain could be used for hunting, so I would
Mhm.
like to have that, like a nice accurate load, and make like, I don't know, 200-300 rounds of that. So if I go out for coyote, I've got a decent little round that's hot and whatever. Anyways, yeah, I don't know, I took a look through my inventory, and I've got so much brass in various states, and I'm going to try to bring all the brass to the same state of sized, trimmed, and cleaned, and ready to rock and roll. And that's probably going to take me, like, at my rate, probably like a couple weeks to a month,
Okay.
kind of a thing.
So when you say cleaned, what do you do for cleaning? Do you do two-step process? Do you do
Ultrasonic. I just put them in the ultrasonic.
And do you tumble as well, or no?
No, I don't tumble.
Really?
I would need more space to tumble. I'd need to
Yeah.
tumble in my backyard, or
No, you don't
something
need
like
more
that.
space to tumble.
Yeah, I'm not tumbling in my house. I'm not putting
Just
that
do it
kind
in
of
the bathroom.
lead dust in the
You
air.
know
and that
what?
kind of
Yeah,
thing.
that's right. Tumble
You end
in
up
our
like
driver,
Trevor.
in our garage.
You can tumble in a garage. You can tumble outside.
Yeah,
I'm not going to do either. I'm just going to.
but it makes it a
give
little
a decent
shiny
wash.
and nice.
I don't care. Yeah, I don't care.
Does
I
it
do.
cycle any more easily? So people have told me if it's shiny, it'll cycle more easily. But
Yeah.
Nah,
Anyways,
as long as it's not
Nah.
gritty.
I ran some like reloaded 70 grain at the range the other week, and in -20, and it was fine. Guns run it fine.
okay, fine.
Okay, so I did that stuff, and then this arrived. My maple seed
Yay!
hoodie. Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah, how do you like?
Yeah.
Does it fit?
love it. Yeah, that's perfect.
Awesome.
I like the logo. I like the color of it. I like it
It's gray.
all. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Fits with the rest. Every once in a while, so I've got like a maple seed gray like jacket, insulated pants, and toque. They're all the same color. Every once in a while, I'll like head out, and I won't realize I've picked all of these things. And
You're the
it's
gray
like,
man.
what is up with that guy? That's the gray man. Yeah, 'Cause it looks like a uniform. Well, it is. And
It is.
every
That's why
once in
we
a
did
while,
it that way.
I wear it out every once in a while.
Yeah.
Cool.
Coordinate.
Yeah, got to color coordinate, and now I got this. This is a different gray though. I think I'm okay with this one.
Yeah, that one's heather gray,
Mhm.
as opposed to the other one, which is stealth gray.
Stealth.
Again.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
somewhat.
called stealth gray. So therefore,
Mhm.
you're the gray man. Okay.
Very stealthy. Yeah.
Not
Maple seed call. I went to 2 Cabela's.
Mhm.
And then I went back to Cabela's the day after, just trying to get like powder and primers. I went for powder to one, and then they didn't have enough, so I drove to the other side of the stupid city, and they had some more at the other ones. I bought all the stuff they had there, and then the guy's like, "Do you need primers?" I'm like, "Nah, I got lots of them." I went home and I had like a box and a half.
Oops.
So I had to go back. I'm like, "No, 1,000." I should have got 2.
Can never have too many primers.
Yeah, got a bunch of. They didn't have a lot on the shelf. I'm like, "Do you have any CCI small rifle?" And he's like, "I'll check in the back." And he came up with 1,000 of that. So yeah, that's some good stuff. And then I got out a video on the Streamlight TLR1, which is like a gun flashlight. The WK180C versus WSMCR, and the Maple Ridge Armory Renegade. So I've got
Yeah,
those
you've been
all
doing
up in the last week.
Lots.
Yeah.
I've been my oldest is like, that's his part-time job now, so the advantage is that I just keep feeding him video material, and the disadvantage is that every once in a while he misses cuts and that kind of thing, but I don't know if I care. I don't care. I give him a
Should pay him
bonus.
more.
I give him an extra $5 if he puts a meme in there, an appropriate meme. So with the last one, it was like, I'm like, well, I'm going to do this video. It's going to be this gun versus that gun. And he's like, oh, you should like make them fight each other or something like that. Like, yeah. And then that's what the fighting them on the sticks was.
Nice.
You know, I could do like a serious video, but I don't really care. Like
No.
a lot of these videos, YouTube just demonetizes anyways, right? Like those gun videos, YouTube demonetizes. I don't make any money from that. So I'm gonna get weird with it. I don't care. Deal with it. I'm gonna have fun.
I think they're great. They're
when
very,
people
very
watch it, it's funny
they've gotten
anyway.
very entertaining.
They're gonna
But
get
you- you s-
weird. They're gonna get
Yeah, but-
weirder.
Okay. Oh dear. But you still have all that information, right? And it's great information too. And you do a full review and you do a great job with it. But you also actually add some entertainment to it. I think it's awesome.
And I don't
People
care
will
if anyone
watch
else finds it
videos.
funny. If I find it funny, I'm happy.
Just kind of like the show. You laugh.
I'm the same.
Yeah, I'd say Slamfire is the same thing. You know, I enjoy
Yeah,
hanging out with you guys and
no.
talking every week. And I don't like if no one watched, that would be okay. I like that people watch and
No,
enjoy
I
the
like
show
everybody
too.
watching.
But I'm here because you guys. You guys
Yeah.
are fun to hang out with. This is like
Yeah.
a lot of people talk about like, oh man, like coronavirus. I just never talk to anyone. It's like I talk to people all the time, once a week. Talk to some buddies about guns and stuff. It's
Yeah, we just
great.
do it
good for the mental health.
video.
Yeah.
Yes.
I say with the crazy Keyman stuff behind me, but mental health's fine. Don't worry about it.
By the power of
Everything's great.
For the RCMP watching, that is a joke. Dave, how about you? What have you been up to
Or-
the last couple months?
Or is it? Not a whole heck of a lot. I've just been working a lot, but I bought an
Yeah.
Amiga 2000 computer from 1990 tonight, so that's awesome. Can go with
Yay!
my misspent youth. My classic computers and my petrified Kentucky Fried Chicken. Anyway, I sold an Axis 223 that I had floating around that I'm not using. I'm gonna sell off some of my guns that I'm not really using because I really haven't been shooting them. So, and there's a bunch of them that I never ever use.
Please say you're going to keep some of them though.
No, good Lord, yes. I'm going to keep the ones that I'm going to use, but I have some. I have some that I just bought because I got a really, really good deal on them. I decided if I find a really, really good deal on a gun, I'm just going to buy it, even if I have no intention of ever shooting it. I'll play with it a little bit, tinker, and then I'll just sell it.
Okay.
So I do.
I do that. Yeah,
Good
exactly.
deal. Just buy it. Don't worry about it.
Good deal. Just buy it, but take it out and shoot it. I don't know. I like buying guns and then actually shooting them. And I say that, and I got a couple that just are sitting in my safe and just haven't done it.
Have you shot all of them though?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, look at you! I've got probably 20 guns that I've never fired.
Oh no, everything in my safe is fired.
I work at the range more than I actually end up shooting.
I know.
I've
That's-
decided this
yeah.
year that I'm gonna get out and actually either just go to the range for fun more than I normally do, or I'm going to go hit up a couple matches, maybe some Andrews matches down in Guelph once those get going again.
Well, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, I love his stuff. The multi-gun stuff that they do down there is freaking sweet. So,
Yeah. The crew that he
good
hangs
old
out with.
myself.
I like
do a
those
more
guys too.
Tactical
Yeah, they're
style,
great.
right? They do a tactical style 3
Yeah.
gun.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bring all your kit. You get extra. You get a class to yourself if you're kitted out with all your body armor and your plates and helmet and all that sort of good stuff. It's fun.
Trooper.
Yeah, I can't remember that. It's like 5 different classes, and then there's the guys with open, running speedos, and that's about it.
No, thank
But
you.
yeah, it's fun. It's fun actually getting all kitted up and then realizing just what a huge pain in the ass it is to run with all that gear.
Yeah.
Like when you're actually wearing a plate carrier and a helmet, and you have to carry everything that you want to shoot the match with. You carry it with you.
Mhm.
So you've got a backpack with all your ammo and your water and everything. And man, that is a pain in the ass, but it's fun.
I
So-
think like that style of 3 gun event, the cool thing is like it's 3 gun as an experience. Like you go to shoot in one of those matches and like it's hard. It's an endeavor. It's like an endurance race to like make it through. And it's kind of interesting to have those matches every once in a while that aren't a walk in the park and they're hard and weird and you've got to like think on the move and kind of figure things out as you go along.
Yeah, I love that stuff. I mean, I don't mind going and shooting my guns and just sitting at a bench, but realistically, that's so boring. Unless I'm shooting with somebody else, I just basically go zero my guns or shoot my group that I want to shoot and pretty much go home.
You know what?
Just there doing the work that I have to.
There's a group down in the U.S. When I went down, and by the way, hi, Tim Crosno is watching. Just want to say hi. When we were down in Texas, when we were doing the instructor boot camp down there, we met up with some guys from Waco Tactical Fitness. The stuff that they do, I would love to do it here. They do those 5K runs, and then you take your AR or whatever.
The run and gun.
It's an actual run and gun, but you have to actually climb over, barriers and up trees and jump over. That would be cool. Wouldn't that be cool?
I would totally do that.
Yeah.
I would not.
I would. So sometimes
my knees would be destroyed by the end of the day.
Yeah,
crawling.
Yeah. I'm on their mailing list and I keep getting, and I'm going, oh, I so wish I could do that. I wish I could go down to Texas and go and do that.
Well, I mean, you could do stuff like that if you had somebody with a farm up here, set up the whole match and then go, run jumping jacks and run around the farm a couple times and then load up and go shoot.
Yeah.
I mean, one of the cool things about another weird thing to say. One of the cool things about ARs being prohibited is that now most of the rifles that people have that they're bringing to these matches are non-restricted.
Yep.
So you could do a run and gun on someone's farm.
Yeah.
And just keep it on the DL, and you're not running a certified range, so you don't need you just leave your pistols at home. Just bring your NR rifles out, right?
Yep.
Right.
That's true.
Yep.
And let us never use the term kind of cool thing about AR-15s being banned ever.
Yeah.
Just try.
You see 180.
People are leaving. People are leaving our stream as we speak.
Everybody
unsubscribing, leaving a hateful review for me.
Adriel.
Adriel sucks. Anyway, what else did I do? No, he doesn't. What else did I do? Oh, I was gifted a 38 cal muzzleloader, and I wish I had a camera because this thing is ridiculous. I'd forgotten how long muzzleloaders were, like the old style ones. And a buddy of mine got out of shooting, got old, got cancer, stopped shooting. So he sold all his stuff and he came in and he was talking to him. He's like, I got this thing left. And he bought it when he was a kid. And this dude's, I don't know, he's in his 70s, I guess. But he bought it when he was a kid and it was an old gun then. Apparently it was built by, there's no markings or anything on it. It was built by a gunsmith from Ottawa, around the Ottawa area in the mid 1800s.
Cool.
So I got to redo the springs and then have somebody actually check it over and make sure it's safe to shoot and then put it in my safe and never shoot it because I just can't be bothered.
Why not? That would be awesome.
Because they're a pain in the ass.
Well, they might be a pain in the ass, but go ahead and shoot it anyways. Just say you did.
I don't know. Maybe I'll give it to one of my buddies who's a muzzleloader guy and he can go take me out and shoot the thing.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's got an octagonal barrel and it's about roughly half a kilometer long. Weighs slightly less than some cars I've owned. Yeah. Oh my God, it's ridiculous. It's got a tiny little bead on the front, no blade on the back. And it's got a beautiful stock on it. And I'm just like, man, this thing's going to suck. But I guess you're probably not going to shoot it out past.
You know what?
50
at
yards.
At our Ladies' Day at Napanee, we have the muzzleloader guys come out with ours. And if women can do it, Dave Cracky, you can do it,
What do you shoot with a 38 caliber muzzleloader? Because with a 50 cal, you shoot deer, that kind of thing. 38's small.
Yeah,
it's tiny. I was trying to figure out what it was, and then I measured the balls and realized, these are 38 cal. It's tiny. I've never seen one that small before. I have no idea. I don't know if it was like a varmint gun somebody made or what the heck it was. I'll have to throw some photos up on Gun Nuts and see if anybody knows anything about these things.
Yeah,
I'm sure somebody
send us some photos too, eh?
Yeah, I'll get it together.
It'll be fun. Go and shoot it. It's just fun.
Yeah, I fired.
How much powder are you putting in?
I don't know. You fill it right to the end and then just tap the ball on, right?
I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I have no idea. I mean, I'm not a muzzleloader guy. It's all
glider there.
Might be a good idea to go
stick a fuse in it or something. I don't know. It takes percussion caps, so I don't know.
It might be a good idea to talk to your friend that does muzzle reloading.
Yeah, I'm going to. Or I'll just fill it full of smokeless powder and light it off. So.
Yeah.
Fast stuff. Pistol. tight group.
Like 500 grains of just a whole pound of powder.
Oh God.
Note that this show is only for entertainment purposes, and doing this sort of thing is not recommended.
I'm looking up some stuff on 38 muzzleloader, and apparently it's like the smallest you can go on deer. So you could use it as like a close range deer rifle.
Oh, good God, no! I'm not carrying that in the woods. I carried an Enfield, and this thing's way more awkward.
This guy's saying maybe for squirrels.
Yeah, that's what I wondered, if it was a small, like a varmint gun.
I guess you could just
moving very fast, so
just put less powder in it and just be like, I don't know,
just
more powder.
Yeah, whack
the squirrel off its feet.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just thought it was kind of neat, and I'm like, well, if nothing else, I'll hang it on a wall over the mantelpiece, and it'll look good.
Yeah, it'll look cool.
Hang an AR next to it. Anyway, so that's everything I did. Kelly, what'd you do?
I did a little bit. So I went over to Kelly Kincaid's because you know what? We do everything together. I took the 28 gauge reloader over to her place. And the reason is because I don't have a space here to actually do reloading except for my garage. In my garage, I don't want to put anything in there that people can steal. Anyways, so we went over to her place and we mounted the Mac Jr. on her reloading bench. I got out the old drill and drilled into the bench and set it up, and we got it all put together, and it looks fantastic. And we have components and everything for it. And when we open it up, thank you again, Russ. He actually provided us with some components in that, and we went and looked at things like, for example, powder, because we need powder, and also lead. By the way, shipping lead across the country is a little expensive. Just to let you know. Actually, it's not that bad when you consider it's a 28-pound bag of lead, but still, it gets expensive. Shipping.
Why you buy it locally?
I shipped 4,000 pounds of 45.
Remember, let's go back up to where you were saying that there's hardly any powder and all that. There's hardly any of it, but we were trying to get a guy locally to get some in for us. So we were going to check with him first.
You just need shotgun powder, right? Why don't you, like, Canada Ammo has this super cheap stuff they make in Canada. Why don't you get some of that?
Actually, that's who we were. Yeah. Yeah.
And then Tenda had some, and they didn't have any decent stuff for 223.
They were out. Yeah, we did that. So we went and had a look at that too. So, but we're super excited about it because it's like, yay! It's exciting.
Did you squee when you hooked it up and got it all looking pretty? Did you go, yee?
Yeah, actually, we did.
Ka-chonk, 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 ka-chonk.
You must have been there. Anyways, it's super exciting. Yeah, we love it.
That's awesome.
It's 28 gauge. You know what? It's going to cost us an arm and a leg to shoot. And so let's get it reloaded. And we're super excited about it. It's going to be awesome.
Every time you pull that lever, you can just say, F you, Trevor. F you, Trevor. F you, Trevor. F you, Trevor.
No, but yeah. Okay. So Adriel talked about the fact that we were on a Maple Seed call together, which we always are. Anyways, on Tuesday, every night this week, I've been on a call. And on Tuesday night, what I did was I actually completed a Zoom version of the CCFR RSO program. So that portion of it, because we're not able, during lockdown, obviously we're not able to get together. And the RSO program that we were going to be doing on the 23rd and 24th of January got canceled. So we decided that we were going to do the training portion of it via Zoom because we could review it with the trainer. So we did that. And then on...
Hold on 1 second. How did that work out?
Good. What do you mean?
Yeah. Like it worked okay? It didn't, like, how was the interaction with the students and everything? I'm always curious when somebody teaches a real course and then they teach a Zoom course, how they find it.
Yeah, no, it was good actually because we got the course material prior to. Then it was a small group of people, but we went through the course material. It was presented to us. If we had questions, we asked questions. And then on that, we can't actually do, obviously, the live fire portion of it. And we couldn't do the exam because it's through Zoom. So we'll be doing that on Saturday. But it's just going to be one or two people. Anyways, so got that portion of the RSO program done. And then soon So on Saturday, we're going to be doing the train the trainer portion of it. So what that means is then I'll be able to actually go out and teach the program to other people too. So I'm looking forward to that because that's one more thing I can do. Yay!
You were looking for more things on the side to do, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I need
good.
more stuff to do. Yeah. Anyways, hey, you know what? I got banned on Facebook this week. Yeah. Like, how the heck
Did
do
you
you do
get
that?
banned?
I did get banned.
How did you get banned?
Oh, how did I get banned?
What horrible, horrible crime did you commit that Zuckerberg has descended from his
Probably-
mountain and smoked
Probably
you?
broke the law.
I
So
did.
Probably
you were
something
breaking
Totally
the
broke the
law.
law. Yeah. So
Organizing a riot or anything like that?
yeah. So Great Birch Solutions, who is a sponsor of Project Maple Seed, they had a contest going on this week where you could, if you shared their stuff and you liked it and then you tagged 3 friends, you know, that whole thing, right? Anyways, so I shared it. I shared it both on Project Maple Seed, then our discussion group, and I even shared it on Slamfire Radio and also on my personal page, and I got banned for it. Because it goes against community standards for Facebook, which means that it told me that I was selling guns, basically. So I appealed it. I lost that, by the way, too. But the interesting piece was Great Birch Solutions. It got taken from their page too, but they were able to post it again. And I'm thinking that they appealed it and they won their appeal. However, I still suffered from it by getting banned.
See, I got nailed, and then I appealed it because it was bullshit, and they don't understand sarcasm. And I got a message back that I clicked the appeal button, and I got a message back almost instantly that said, "Sorry, we don't have enough people to appeal, so guilty." Boom, and it closed my ticket.
That's what they did too with me. They said we don't have enough people to, but you can take it to an appellate court. Basically, that's like they said that pick and choose 1 or 2 and then they review it, and it's like outside of Facebook. But anyways, it was like, are you fucking kidding? Sorry, are you kidding me?
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not editing.
So they banned me for that. I'm going, are you serious? Like,
That's
this is
so
ridiculous.
They banned one of my that 3-gun Facebook group that I had, and I'm not even sure what it was because no one was buying or selling guns or any of that kind of thing. They just broke community standards, figure it out. Oh, you didn't. You're banned.
It's a contest. I'm not selling anything. And the other thing is, it's a sponsor for us. And they're a business, right? A legit business. Anyways, I was just pissed.
Guns bad, Kelly. Guns bad.
I know.
Mhm.
Then yesterday evening, again, I was on another call. This time I was on with the Canadian University Shooting Federation, the Women's Committee. We had a meeting about that. And then we're going to be on their podcast. That's going to be, and this looks like we're going to be on the 21st of this month to talk about the launch we're going to have for the spring season for school. So the women's program has both fall and a spring launch of the women's group. So we're going to be having a launch in March, but we're going to actually talk about it on another podcast, a different one, the Canadian University Shooting Federation. Go over and watch them on the 21st. So we'll be on there.
Especially if you're in university.
Yeah. By the way, you don't have to be in university to belong to Canadian University Shooting Federation. It's $30.
Did not know that.
Yeah, and you get all kinds of cool deals and all kinds of things.
Do I get a student discount card?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's the biggest pro about going to university is getting that student discount card.
I know, because you get all kinds of cool things. The other thing that I did was I got a pair of pants in. I was talking to you guys about them. I ordered them a while ago, but they've been sitting at Smith Army Surplus. That's, by the way, they supply the uniforms for Maple Seed instructor uniforms. Anyways, so I got a pair of pants there. I got the True Spec Edition pants. These are actually really, really awesome pants. You guys, if you have an opportunity to try them out. They're a little expensive. They're $140. But they have so many pockets, but they also have the knees are sewn so that you can bend down. They have zippers and tabs, and they have like breathable areas and stretchy pants in the back when you have too much, fajitas, different things like that. So it's perfect.
So they got the carbon filter for the fajitas.
Yes, they do. Yeah, built into the crotch.
That's
Yeah,
the
absolutely. The good thing is, like, another one of our maple seed. Everybody who's playing the drinking game, you can actually drink now because it said maple seed. One of the maple seed instructors, Greg May, he introduced me to these. And I said, those are like fantastic pants, but he was actually having to order them up from the U.S. And as I said, Smith Army Surplus is our sponsor for the instructor uniforms, and they were ordering in women's pants, and I'm going, fantastic, I want a set. So, but women's, they only have the black and they only have the khaki green. I'm going, oh. So I took some black. I'm gonna try them out. If I really, really like them, then I'll get a few more pairs. But
no, green's where it's at. Go green.
Yeah. And I'm the one, my last pair of pants that I bought it at Costco for $24. So spending $130 on it, I'm going, they better be good pants, but I think they are going to be good. So anyways, that's it. That's all I did this week in guns. Or not guns.
Or pants. That's all
Guns
you
and
did.
pants. Well, we did in guns and pants.
Yeah.
And shirts. Clothing. We did in clothing. Guns and clothing.
Yeah, we just some
Well,
fair
you know
amount
what?
of clothing
Guns,
here.
clothing, everything.
Yeah.
It's all related to guns.
We're well-rounded,
Amazing.
Joe.
We are.
I'm getting more
Rules.
well-rounded as COVID goes along. Yep.
See, that's why you can't
I
do
was
the
thinking
match
about
with the
this.
running.
COVID-19, it's like it's like the Frosh 20, right? It's the COVID 20. Just saying.
20 plus.
20. Oh dear. Adriel, get some more of those Jumbo Jackson. All right, let's get on with the show.
All right. Upcoming events is sponsored by Telos Alpha. Telos Alpha is a Canadian digital agency that works exclusively in the firearms vertical. If you need a website or help with payment processing or any of that kind of stuff, check them out at telosalpha.com. If you want a maple seed at your range, contact Project Maple Seed. We're setting up the events for the year, or we have set up many of the events. Chaz 3 Gun will be opening their first matches soon. We're not allowed to have matches yet, so this is like speculative. We're going to send the email. I just made the email the other night. We're going to send it in like 2 weeks, come hell or high water, and we may or may not have a match.
Eventually.
Our case counts are way down here in Edmonton. Way
at?
down. I don't
Really?
know, like
Good for
100
you.
or 200 a day. It's nothing.
Oh,
Nothing.
good.
Yeah, so time to spread some more and go shooting.
Time to fix that.
Yeah, I'd imagine they're going to reopen a lot of that kind of stuff very soon here. So 3 Gun. Yeah, 3 Gun. Got a whole bunch of divisions this year because it's weird and there's no ARs. So it's like Clipazine and Pea Shooter and PCC and a whole slew of other stuff. So you don't need to have an AR or an AR derivative. You can have something else and you'll probably do fine.
Show up and shoot in your own category.
Basically. Yep. Let's get on to the news. There's been some donations. Kelly, did you want to cover those?
Sure. So the first one is Hits and Misses Gun Club for $500. And by the way, these are donations to the CCFR Legal Challenge. And so Hits and Misses is spelled MRS. It's a couples range. This is awesome.
I like Tracy said you got like love the name, and I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. Hits and
Hello?
MRS. I don't know.
Oh, you're so
I don't know.
slow.
I am. Yeah, I am.
Anyways, so also Cape Nova Rifle and Revolver Club, they gave $100. The Gander Rod and Gun Club for $500. East Elgin Sportsman Association $5,000, and Lab West Trap and Ski Club $5,000 as well. So fantastic, great job, thanks guys.
Doesn't look like a lot, but when you put the K next to them, it's a lot.
I know that's a lot.
Mm-hmm. Next in the news, Matador Arms is moving shop to the U.S.
I know, that's really sad.
It's
sad.
smart.
Like,
it's what they should be doing because like they've got a couple of things that are AR specific. They've got like a they're folding sidewinder. I mean, I guess you could put
Good
one of
for
those
them,
on a WK or one of those other guns, but they've also got that magwell adapter that lets you run pistol mags like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be an AR specific thing because you can't get a WK with PCC bullets or anything like that. All our PCCs are now PCC specific.
I'm just thinking it's sad for us. One, because we're losing a business, and two, the fact that both Anika and Nolan are friends of us and the show. It's sad that they're going to be going, but you know what? We wish them the best down in the US, and it's actually a really, really smart move for them to go. In order for them to be a viable business, they got to move south. So
Yeah.
you know what? We wish them all the
I
best.
bet you they'll still send us some product every once in a while.
I'm sure they will. I do know that they said that if you want anything now, order it now before the move. Though.
Good to know. Good to know.
Canadians, order it now before they move. But yeah, I'm going to be sad because when I go to Calgary, we get to see them usually.
Yeah. Well,
But anyways, good for them.
I mean, from Calgary, it's just a short, 6-hour drive south to the border. Assuming they're right at the border.
I have no idea. I don't know where they're
hanging
actually
out.
moving to in the U.S. Do you know?
Right at the border,
Okay.
right there.
So they're hanging right there.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Good move.
Yeah, I don't know. So Matador Arms is moving to the U.S. This next one, so I'm going to share my screen. This is Canada specific. Special Forces pulls new pistols from service after a soldier was injured in a misfire. These were, I believe this is JTF2.
Yeah, up in Dwyer Hill.
Oh, those letters mean something. That's some
Those are
army.
our special forces. So it's a little bit of an oopsie doodle, it looks like. Is that an actual term?
Inexplicably discharged.
Yeah,
It doesn't
didn't
say how or what. It didn't say that it was dropped, but we know that the SIG P320 has a little bit of issues with the drops. However, I would assume that they actually there's the fix that came in for the P320. I would assume that they actually would have, had that fix put into those prior to
Maybe.
purchase.
It says in here that it inexplicably went off. So
Inexplicably is an interesting thing. That to me says, it went off in the holster or something. He got shot in the leg. So
yeah,
he did.
could have happened. Could have just been in his holstered and it just went off. It's possible.
Yeah. Anyways, so
that's the thing.
so they're replacing them. They pulled them and they're replacing them.
Pulled them. I don't know if they're gonna.
They will replace them.
think
with
so.
more
Let's
SIG
get rid of them all.
pistols?
Yeah, I think so. They're going back to the P226.
Oh, so it's a temporary.
So right
thing.
now,
Yeah.
it's a temporary thing, but they're looking. But the RFP was actually specifically that's what they wanted. I was talking to a friend of mine who does the that's what they wanted, that specific gun, and they knew about the issue with the drop.
This is an early. These guys adopted this before that RFP. That RFP is for the rest of the military to get the SIG pistol.
I don't know. What did it say?
This was JTF specific, and they're special forces, so they get to do whatever they want. And what they want was to run the P320, so that's what they were running. But the regular grunts run the crap from World War II.
But I'm saying, but no, the RFP for our forces, they wanted that. They still have to go and do one. They submit it for purchasing. So that's what was written for them. And the specifics. That's the firearm they wanted.
Yes, the general military wants that one as well. Yeah.
JTF though, I'm talking about.
The JTF already bought them though. They already have them.
No, I know, but I'm saying when they actually. Anyways.
Oh, they wanted to buy them too. Yeah.
Do you want me to get out the diagram?
We might need it later. Yeah.
Venn diagram.
Okay.
Here's Adriel, and here's Kelly, and here's what's happening.
There's these pistols, right? They really want them.
Hey, I would like to note on this article, thank you to whoever wrote to CBC. I'm sure a lot of gunnies did and got them to fix the line about the P320 using a slide design that impacts the bullet differently to fire it. I see it's been fixed to say a modular design pistol that utilizes a firing mechanism that is different from a traditionally hammer strike gun. That's better.
Oh
Right.
my god! Some of
The slide hits the hammer. The slide hits the bullet to make it go off. Okay.
It causes a mini explosion, which propels the bullet towards its target.
Oh yeah, you should actually. Yeah, you need to call the CBC and tell them that that's what they need to put in there. No. No.
Yeah, they're already wrong about everything. Let's not do that. Yeah, defund. defund.
Yeah.
I'm good with defund.
Okay.
Anyway,
So, long story short, somebody got shot in the leg.
yep. Soldier got shot in the leg. Pistols pulled from service. Going back to old SIG P226s for the moment.
Right.
All right, let's get on to New Gun Stuff. New Gun Stuff is sponsored by Bolt Action Coffee. Slamfire Radio is now a brand ambassador for Bolt Action Coffee. So if you want to get some cool coffee and get all wired and bouncy and bring it out to the range and drink it at the range and just get wired and then just be vibrating when you're trying to pull the trigger, head on over to boltactioncoffee.com. Discount code SLAMFIRE. I'm sure they have decaf too, but I don't know why
they
you
do,
would
but
buy
that's
it.
not real coffee,
That's not
so
the
don't buy
point.
it.
Buy the
No.
high caffeine stuff and get wired and try to shoot for groups and see what happens.
Why do people drink that crap?
Drink what?
Drink
Decaf?
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 Yeah.
Why do people drink non-alcoholic beer?
Yeah,
What's
it's
the
like
point?
near beers. Near beers are
Yeah.
worse, I think.
Uh,
Not only
I
do
am-
you not get drunk, but you're also going to get fat. There's also lots of calories in this.
Yeah, so really, there's no advantage to it.
just drink the real beer.
Yeah.
God. Okay.
One thing I am hoping, speaking of near beer and fake beer, just as an absolute tangerine tangent here, is I am hoping that now that President Trump is retired, he's going to get a job with some of the near beer companies just saying fake booze.
Fake booze.
Exactly. Yeah, I'll buy it.
Oh, God.
Next.
Okay. Yeah, next.
Thank you,
What's new
Dave.
in guns?
That was very informative.
Dave,
New gun
missed you.
stuff. So I did that video on the WSMCRs and the WK180s, and then I posted it, and I was corrected immediately in the comments. Is like, oh, actually, this stuff's all changed. So the WSMCRs, they've been updated recently. They've got a better firing pin retaining pin. Originally, they
Mhm.
used a roll pin. That's been
Yeah,
fixed.
yeah.
Their rail is now integral to the receiver. So the original ones were like a steel rail that was like epoxied and like had some pins like driven in there to like hold it onto the receiver. That's
Mhm.
gone. Now they're just machining it like everyone else does. And now it's left charge, right eject only.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Ooh,
Okay.
Lefties
Huh.
can,
Go suck.
yeah.
EAD.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And one of my buddies is like, hey, I just ordered an MDI NRR. I'm like, what do those letters even mean? That doesn't
God.
mean anything to me. And apparently Maccabee
Ah.
did a straight pull as well. And their straight pull is a 308. And they're going to be out sometime or another. I like how like explicit they are in their language on it. Not semi-auto sporting and blah, 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 blah. That's my photo.
It's not a bolt gun. It's
That's my
just not
photo.
not a semi-auto.
What?
That's my
Is it?
photo. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Is it?
Oh, yeah. I recognize that. Yeah. Yeah, I took that.
Oh, look at that. Mhm. The
anyways.
the NRR, a non-restricted rifle, is a bolt action, not semi-automatic hunting and sporting rifle.
It's a very long
Maccabee.
description.
Well, they're explicit, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of neat. I'm sure you guys are going to be all over this next one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know. This is like, we all got to buy one of these, I think.
I
Well, you
kind of
farm
want to
fire.
buy one just because it is so horrible. It's
For the audio
so
listeners,
terrible.
this is the
Why don't you tell them what it
Chiappa
is?
M19 NSR. It is a non-restricted Chiappa rifle. It looks kind of like an M1, like it's got the charging handle
It's
and
just
whatnot.
horrible.
And it runs 9mm magazines, and
Yep.
it's just awful. It's
You
just
should Google
awful.
it and then gouge your eyes out.
You know, the funny thing is they took some pictures of it like leaning up against a wall or something like that, and I think it looked better like that. When you see it like with stark white around it, you're just reminded of like
how
how-
bad it is.
how ugly it is.
Like, yeah. So
It's
it has
horrible.
Yeah.
Fake can, terrible, weird stock.
I think the components by themselves would be fine, but when you add them all together, it's like, what you got going
See-
there, bud? Like,
see,
what's going on?
This, Adriel, this is what I picture you building off of Wish. Like, this is like an M1 carbine from Wish.
You order your parts, you're like, yeah, stock adapter. Yeah, sure, why not? Grip, yeah. Pistol
Oh
grip's
my God.
better.
Go and look at the. So I had to look at the picture of the person that's holding it. Just go look at. He's one wearing gloves. Two, the
They're
gloves have
ripped.
holes.
I know. I noticed that too.
It's got a
And-
rail, so you could put a bipod on there and do some
Yeah.
long range sniping with it. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
no.
Do you notice every time it's in the snow, there's a cigarette butt sitting beside it? Too? It's like these guys didn't even look at their photos before they published them. They're just like, F it. It's
No,
horrible. Let's just
no.
go with it.
They know their buyer persona better than you, Dave. And the person that's going to
Yeah,
buy
man.
this is like, yeah, this is awesome. Like hack
Okay.
a dart. And,
I have to
Yeah.
ask though.
Go
Look at the
North Silver.
finish. Look at the. So go into and look at the finish
on the
of the
stock,
rifle
it's a
itself.
bit
the
bumpy,
stock.
right?
And
It's
the
a
metal
bit.
matches.
It looks like a 14-year-old boy with acne.
It does. And do you notice that the handguard matches it? It's the same bumpy.
Mhm.
Yeah.
There's the
Oh,
bump.
dear.
It looks like somebody spilled water on it.
So, anyways, everybody that's listening, go and have a look at it. Everybody that's viewing, can we get
It's like Call of Duty. Like you get an M1, like a base level M1 carbine in Call of Duty, and like time to mod it. And it's like, what do you want to mod it with? Pistol grip +2 ergo, extendable fab defense butt pad +13, -2 recoil, and then like a red dot. And not only a red dot, but backup iron sights. Yes, more ergo from that.
No.
Just keep adding it on.
Yep.
Got
But
the-
then you'd paint it gold.
and then put like a foregrip on the rail, on that front rail there. Yeah. Yeah. And a laser. You need to put a laser on there
Yep.
somewhere.
Yep. Mount
So this
laser.
is being brought to you by North Silva. Thank you.
Yep. If you happen to want to get one of these horrible, horrible guns, and if you paint it gold, I will do something nice for you. Buy one, paint it gold, wear gold chains, send me a photo, and I will do something for you.
No,
I don't
you
know what it
gotta
is.
shoot it at a 3-gun match. One of these things painted gold, shoot it at a 3-gun match, and win. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, that's
Yeah.
insulting. Everyone else at that match, go home, sell all your guns. It's over. It's over.
I'm tempted. I'm really, really
You never
tempted.
know. It might be.
I'm gonna bring one to a Maple
Price
Seed.
is reasonable.
I'm gonna buy
shut
one.
up.
And bring it to Maple Seed. And I'm gonna make Kelly shoot it.
Yeah, I can't really get my
Yeah.
hand under this. It's not really a place for my palm shelf. Yeah.
Don't care.
Okay.
If you want one, Bullseye North, Black Box Customs, Cabela's, Elwood Apps, and etc. Other companies. So
Yeah.
What if you
They're
went
all over
deer
the
hunting
place.
with one of these things? What? It's legal in
Oh,
Alberta.
nice.
Yes.
Ontario too. You just need a center fire. So
We have a minimum caliber of 24, and this is 356, so it's fine.
By the way, Tim Crossman says it's undoubtedly the ugliest rifle he's ever seen.
and Tim would know ugly.
All right. Unrelated to this, Saskatoon Gunworks, they've got a pile of Aero Precision stuff in. So if you're looking for an AR style optic mount or something like that, Saskatoon Gunworks has it. Aero Precision stuff is good. The price is super reasonable, and it's all good. And that's
Got
the
one of their
last
scope
one.
mounts. Love it.
Oh yeah, I love the Aero Precision stuff. That's my
Oh, so
preferred.
good.
This last one, this guy is making some Magpul Zhukov. I don't know.
Zukov.
Zhukov stock adapters for the WK180s, and I like that
Yeah.
stock on the WK180 and the
That's good.
SMCRs. Look at that! Doesn't it look good?
Yeah, it does.
Well, I mean, it's
And
an
they're-
ugly gun, but by comparison to the last gun we looked at, this thing is like a beauty queen.
These are reasonably priced stocks too. So the other stocks that people have been putting on the 180s, the ACR, that's an expensive stock. The boot is like $250, $300 kind of a thing. This is a $150 stock. So you get the adapter, $150 stock. It's adjustable, it's foldable,
Yeah.
and it like the lines really match up well with the back of the rifle, I think.
Yeah, it looks pretty clean too.
Yeah, it's still a boot, but
Yeah.
it's a nicer boot.
You
Yeah.
need to boot it.
It's not an UGG.
Boot it. All right, why don't we
Oh, that
get
looks
on
good.
to the main topic?
So on tonight's main topic, we have Ryan from Victory Ridge Sports and also Maple Ridge Armories joining us tonight to talk about his new adventures or endeavors with Victory Ridge Sports. Thanks for coming on, Ryan. It's great to see you again.
Thanks for inviting me. It's great to see all you again.
Okay. So what we want to do is we want to talk about the new store that you have. Now it's a brick and mortar store that's in Barrie. Why don't you tell us all about it? It's Victory Ridge Sports, and as you can see, I'm flying your flag over here. So
Yeah,
tell us all
thank you.
about it.
Cool.
Where you're
Yeah.
located in that.
So we're in Barrie. We're on Bayview Drive, 431 Bayview Drive. We're under renovation right now. We
Okay.
plan to open April 1st under the name Victory Ridge Sports. So there's a little plaza there. There's Tim Hortons, Red Line Brewery. If you're looking for like an anchor store or a landmark, right beside Red Line Brewery. So we'll be spending lots of time there too.
Coffee, beer, and you. It's perfect.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah. So I think it's a pretty good location. It's a lot better than our last location where we had Maple Ridge Armory. There's more parking, more exposure, right? Easier for people to find and get to. It's a larger space.
Okay.
We're going to be we're really going to be hunting focused and competitive sport shooting focused.
Yep.
So we have a large showroom, a large camouflage room, like an apparel room. We'll have footwear as well. And then we also have a room that's going to be opening a little bit later in the summer. And that's going to be our competitive shooting room with more competitive styled firearms, reloading components, things of that nature.
Okay. So just before we move forward with talking about Victory Ridge Sports, so you said the brick and mortar store for Maple Ridge Armory, is that still open, or have you moved everything over to this store?
We've moved everything over to the Victory Ridge Sports. So Victory Ridge Sports is going to be our retail component, or consumer facing a business. We still manufacture under the brand Maple Ridge Armory. We'll continue to manufacture, and that's going to be our house brand. And then we're running two websites. We have Maple Ridge Armory website and Victory Ridge Sports website. And slowly we're going to transition more of the retail over to Victory Ridge, and then make more Maple Ridge Armory more of just the manufacturing.
Okay. Yeah. So I had a chance to look at your website. It's up and running. It looks really fantastic. It looks like you're actually doing exactly what you said. You're going to be concentrating on more of the hunting, competitive sports side of it. Do you want to tell us about some of the other things that you're going to be offering? Because there's a link there for courses and other thing as well. So what are you going to be doing with those?
Yeah, so we've lined up some instructors for PAL and our PAL courses, hunting courses, first aid, stop the bleed, those kind of courses. And then I'd like to also do an advanced hunting techniques course.
Oh, cool.
So how to better track animals, learn about animal habitat, animal habits, how to properly dress out a game, how to prepare your game for taxidermy, all these things that you don't really get in the basic hunting course. And I've had to learn, sort of on my own or going out with friends. I'd like to make it that easier for new hunters, because I think it's really important that not only we increase the number of hunters, to enjoy our outdoors and to protect our outdoors and contribute to conservation, but also to send them out there with, more knowledge so that they're going to have a better experience.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So what types of line of product are you going to be available to the community? Do you have some quality product or at least names of product that you're featuring on the website? So what types of things are you going to be people be able to find at your store?
So we're continuing with like Bagara rifles. They're phenomenal rifles. The Canuck line of shotguns, wonderful shotguns, of course. We're also bringing in a lot of Savage and Ruger for next year. We have our own bolt action based on the Remington 700 footprint. That goes into production in the summer. So we'll be making our own traditional bolt action hunting rifle. Of course, we have the Maple Ridge Armory line of rifles, the Renegade and the Maverick, that's soon coming to market. In terms of camouflage, we're going to focus only on Sitka gear. So we brought in the entire line of Sitka. So we have most of our spring booking in now, and then we'll have the fall booking in coming in later on in the year around June or July. We're working to get Crispy footwear in, and I need to find one other footwear line. I'm looking at like Red Wing boots or Irish Setter. Yeah, awesome. And then also I'm working or speaking with Mayflower to bring in their line of backpacks.
Okay. All right. Now you have a little bit on the website about outfitting. Are you going to be able to facilitate that as well or teaching people how to go out or taking people out at all? Or
Yeah, so we're going to start with teaching. Eventually, I'm looking at buying land and then getting some guiding running out of the shop,
Okay.
setting it up, and then actually running the guiding up north. But for the time being, more the education component, as well as we want to be a one-stop shop to completely outfit a hunter with everything they need to be successful in their hunt.
Perfect.
We're not going to do anything related to camping, but really just outfitting the individual hunter with everything that they can carry on their body to go out and be successul.
Yeah, that's what so as I said, when I went to go and look at the website, that's the feeling that I got from it as well. So that's fantastic. We were going to, sorry, go ahead.
I'm just commenting nice. That's it.
Okay.
As you were.
As you were. Okay. I do want to talk a little bit about, we'll come back to Victory Ridge as well, but I did want to talk about Maple Ridge Armories as well. Or Armory. You have something that's coming out. The new Maverick is basically out. And is that being sent out currently, or is it about to be sent out?
Yeah, we're in full production. First deliveries will start March 1st.
Okay.
So we're on track to do that. We'll deliver our first 200 receiver sets to all of our customers who've ordered online with us or in store with us, as well as to all of our dealers. So those will start shipping March 1st, and we should be complete the first 200 shipments by the 15th of March.
Okay.
And
Fantastic.
then
I think I'm in that first batch because I got it like Bullseye North put up their thing. I'm like,
It's just like that.
That's what I've been waiting for. I want one of them.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, you'll get one of the first 200 serial numbers.
Nice.
And then after that, beginning of April, mid-April, depending on how things line up, we'll have complete Maverick rifles.
Oh, rifles too. Okay.
Sweet.
Adriel, do you have any questions about the Maverick specifically?
Not really. I mean, I ran the Renegade. Seems straightforward. Take all your parts, put them on that, go to the range. Done.
Go to the range.
Easy. Yeah. Make sure you got a reaction rod to torque it down to spec. And I don't know. I've built like 3 ARs, and I think that building one of these would be about the same.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's pretty straightforward, and we have a downloadable owner's manual that goes through the whole assembly procedure. We also include that printed manual with it in case anyone wants to refer to that.
That's not the way you're supposed to do it. You're supposed to like mess it up and then be like, oh Jesus, what do I got to do now? And then go back to the manual. Send an email. I broke something. I think I don't know.
Ryan's more of a Dremel tool guy, really.
Yeah, right.
No, I think it's
awesome.
I'm looking forward to it because it's I've had those parts sitting for a year, I think, and now I get to use them.
Yeah, excellent. And that's the great thing about the receiver set is you can build it exactly to your specification to suit your specific need, because what you may be looking for is different from what Kelly or Dave or I might be looking for.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I'm going to be ordering one of these days because I got to take all my AR-15 kit that I sold in last April, and put it onto the Renegade. So.
Well, I mean, you could that would be fine for service rifle, right? Because for service rifle, you're not on a as big of a time crunch where a semi-auto is absolutely necessary. You can take your time and make your hits, right?
The only thing with service rifles, I was actually discussing this with Greg Delbridge a couple weeks ago, is you take 2 shots on the movers, and the movers only open up for 6 seconds. So.
Oh, okay. That is a little.
Yeah, it's different from that SCC.
Hey, you know what?
Rifle.
Get in your bubble. You can do it.
Yeah, you can do it.
You can do that. Yeah,
I think I can do it.
Yep.
For sure you can.
Do you use a sling in service rifle, Dave?
No slings. They're dangerous.
Yeah, no. Speaking of service rifle, okay. So I have a question for you. Is there anything that you want to talk about with respect to service rifle, Ryan?
Yeah, we're talking with the DCRA about working with them to promote the sport and working with their membership. through Victory Road Sports and Maple Ridge Armory. So we're discussing with them that right now. It looks really positive.
Yeah.
I think we're going to go ahead with it. We haven't penned anything, but it's looking really positive.
That's
And
awesome.
that's a sport that we really want to support, especially in light of the of what happened in last May.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what's needed. I know that they were scrambling after the OSC to basically say, what are we going to do? And then also the pandemic as well. But getting behind them is exactly the support that they are going to need to actually get Service Rifle back up and running again. When, obviously when the pandemic is over and we're able to actually get out and do some competitions as well. So that's fantastic. Thank you for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Let's go back to Victory Ridge Sports. And also, actually, let's include Maple Ridge Armory as well. You're, again, located up in Barrie area. And I was talking to you before we actually went live, and it's the perfect area for you. The reason is because you have quick access to Toronto, and then you also have Sudbury, you have Petawawa. You're basically in a perfect area.
Yeah,
and
pretty central, yeah.
Yeah, and then we have some other things that are going on in different locations and that. But if you were talking about potentially having a Maple Ridge Armory Days or something, if you could actually try and work it out. Do you want to tell us a little bit about that? What's your plans for that?
So provided situation dictating with regard to the pandemic, we'd like to do a Maple Ridge Armory Day at a local range, hopefully this summer. And then bring out all of our products, maybe even our brand new Remington 700 based bolt action 2, if that's up and running by then, and let everyone who doesn't own a Maple Ridge Armory firearm to come out and try them all. So we'd like to host that and have a real fun day of it. Make a whole event out of it, and I'm hoping to work with some other industry members as well. So we're talking with some people, some optics reps, some ammunition reps, and do a real big day, a real big event.
Perfect. Yep, love to come to it. Invite us. We'll be there.
Great.
All right.
For your competition gear, are you going to carry any shotgun extension tubes, springs? Match savers? There's a couple of 3-gun specific things that are just impossible to find here in Canada. There's maybe one place that's got them. All those 2 things I mentioned, no one's got them. Cross mags would probably be a good one. There's a fair amount of selection of those. Yeah, those
we got cross mags already. I've been talking to Casey at Tactical Ordnance. I'd like to work with him and do something and carry a bunch of his stuff in our shop.
He's awesome.
Great guy. Phenomenal work that he does. So I'm hopeful that we can do something together. And then also we're going to rely on all of our customers to tell us, what do you want us to carry, and we'll go out and source it. I'm sure I can pretty much source anything that our customers want. So it's really going to be customer driven. You tell us what you want, and we'll go find it.
Any plans to build a range on the back of the building by any chance? Because I need a club.
Not yet. That's a couple years away. So
not yet.
Not yet. But I do want to do an indoor range. And I don't know about an outdoor range. You need a lot of land for that, but definitely an indoor range. We're thinking about that seriously.
Okay. We do have a question from one of our viewers or listeners. He's asking about, do you have any estimates on the fully built Maverick, and also timeline for that as well?
Estimates? In what respect?
Estimates
he's asking about pricing.
Yeah, MSRP.
I'm not going to give any specific numbers. It's going to be sub $2,000. Okay.
And timeline for release?
Beginning to mid-April is when we want to start carrying them in store, holding inventory, and supplying our dealers.
Okay. Yep. Okay.
And some specifics, if this does interest anyone, we're going to do it in 12.5-inch barrel length, a 16-inch barrel length, and a 19-inch barrel length. And then black anodized Cerakote FDE, Cerakote Burt Bronze, and Cerakote ODG. All of our
tell
Cerakote
me
being
that
done by
you're-
Red Tower Armory. So I just want
That's
to
good.
shout out to Red Tower. Phenomenal Cerakote from them.
You're 12 and a half. Do you have like a big bad break on it? Like a 308, 12 and a half inch
Right,
barrel,
Jeremy's, of
big
course
bad
they do.
break on it. Just
50 cal
completely
break.
Oh yeah,
offensive.
yeah. Our Defiant break and our Rock Solid break are pretty loud, and that's something else too. So launching this weekend, we have 9mm Rock Solid and Defiant breaks.
Oh,
So
cool.
if anyone needs a break for your 9mm PCC, we have those. But yeah,
That's cool.
Are you guys doing any custom gunsmithing there? If anybody needs any work done, Rat?
not yet. Our production manager Rob, he's gung ho to do it, but we're not going to offer that quite yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you said that you're under renovations right now. Do you have an estimated time of when you're going to be open? I know
April
that
1st.
with COVID we're locked down, but when do you think that you'll be open? Sorry,
April 1st. April 1st.
1st? Oh,
And that's not a Fool's Day joke.
Okay.
April 1st.
all right. So April 1st. I had one more question for you. Can't remember it. It'll come up. Anyways,
Okay.
where can
And we
people
will be advertising on our Facebook and on our Instagram, CGN, pretty much everywhere. When we have a firm date, we'll announce it. But our goal is April 1st, and if by middle of March, if we know it's going to be April 1st, that's when we're going to start heavily advertising and letting everyone know.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, and that's the other thing too. They can contact you through social media or like you have a web page already, as I said.
Mhm.
You also have on Instagram as well as on Facebook.
Instagram and CGN. We answer our PMs on CGN. I try to answer them daily. So lots
You're
of
on
ways
there
to get a hold of
daily?
us.
You're
I try. Yeah.
Oh wow!
I've been on CGN a lot more recently, just because I worry about
Oh, yeah, that's
comms on Facebook getting you shut down, whereas
Yeah.
CGN doesn't have
Yeah.
any silly rules.
Yeah,
right?
what's with that, man? Like they're going in, they're tearing down people's pictures, even like presenting a kill, hunters posing a kill, and it's a clean kill. There's nothing gory, and they're pulling those down. I don't get it.
I saw a couple of the hunting groups and even some of the 22 groups I follow. Somebody posted a picture of, I don't know, like a groundhog or something. Boom, gone.
Interesting. That gets you pulled off Facebook. I posted that kind of stuff to Pinterest before, and they haven't kicked me off yet. I can't imagine. I'm gonna this spring. I promise to post lots of that stuff to Facebook. We'll see what it takes to get kicked off.
Well, man, I don't understand. I don't understand them pulling that kind of stuff off, because anyone who enjoys the outdoors, anyone who enjoys going to our national and provincial parks, a lot of that is funded by hunters.
Yeah.
Right. So
They
you don't
don't
have
care.
to be a hunter to appreciate the conservation efforts that hunters bring to our parks.
I think the problem is a lot of people don't know that. Like,
Yeah,
I
there's
would
a
say that-
disconnect. They don't.
Yeah,
know.
exactly. Most people I know have no clue about that. You tell them that, all of the stuff you enjoy is actually paid for by hunters. And they're like, oh, and most of them are like, well, I don't care anyway. Hunting is bad.
Yeah.
Going to go enjoy my burger from McDonald's.
Well,
I never have that argument in Alberta. Never.
Okay.
So I talk with vegetarians. They're like, I could see why you hunt. Yeah, it's you get to go pick your deer and you get to see how it lived and whatever. I could understand that. Like I believe you guys, but I've never had this conversation before.
Oh, yeah, it's horrible.
That's why I liked Alberta so much, I think. It felt like home.
Well, maybe it's time for me to do some public outreach in Ontario here.
It is actually probably a great idea, especially if you're having a store like you're going to be having. What the effects of that are of supporting your retail establishment, how that's going to actually impact your community, as well as keeping your the areas in your community that people enjoy open and possible. So yeah, I think that it's a really, really good idea. You know what? Put it into the media, full page ads, whatever. We're open, and here's how we actually give back to the community, or here's how hunting, especially in Barrie. Barrie, for lack of a better term, is like in the middle of nowhere, but it's also like urban, right? You have people that are going up there all the time from Toronto, or people who actually work in Toronto, and commute, right? So
Oh yeah,
it's-
we have a huge population who lives in Barrie and works and commutes to Toronto,
Yeah.
and we're also sort of like the halfway point of people going up north to hunt. They'll stop off in Barrie. This is one of the main pit stops for
Yep.
gasoline and supplies. Hunting
Yeah,
supplies
because-
before they head north. Yeah.
yeah, because there's nothing else north.
Mhm.
Center.
Slight aside on that, not as much fun as guns, but I was talking to a cop the other day and he mentioned to me that Barrie is actually one of these central regions in Canada for human trafficking and drugs.
Yeah, it is.
Because that's where
Yeah.
all the drug smugglers stop off on their way up north.
Yeah.
Because-
No idea.
the
Yeah.
last stop.
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
I've heard that too. Yeah.
Yeah. How did we get onto that?
I don't know. Come for the human smuggling, drop by Ryan's place. I don't know.
Dave.
Just whatever.
I know where your mind is. Anyways, anybody got anything else for Ryan to talk about?
The Maverick, are you offering it in anything other than a 308? Any caliber options? for the
Yeah,
built gun?
308 and 6.5 Creedmoor to begin with, because we have a lot of experience with those cartridges, and our prototyping we've done with both of those cartridges, and they're working phenomenally well. I do want to do anything that shares that same bolt face. So 243, 260, we're going to try everything. Anything that feeds reliably, we're going to make those cartridges or barrels and bolt face or barrels for those cartridges. Yeah.
You recently put up a video about the Maverick somebody shooting at, and
Mhm.
yeah, fantastic video. It's really short, by the way, so it kept my attention, and and it looked really, really smooth. So
Yeah, people were asking us to post video, and so we just threw something up there. But it was negative. I think it was negative 20
looked
something
cold.
that day.
Yeah.
It was really cold. Yeah,
But it
but
was
even
running
in
flawlessly.
that cold weather, it was still functioning. Yeah, so
Oh,
Yeah.
I had
It's nice
no
to show
problem
everyone.
with the Renegade. I was out in, it was minus 22, minus 28 with wind chill. It was cold, but it
Mhm.
ran just fine.
Mhm.
Just don't put
Nice.
a bunch of oil in the firing pin channel like you would with an AR, and that's
Mhm.
fine.
yeah, you keep it lubed up, oil and grease, and we specify that in the owner's manual where to apply that, and good to go.
fantastic.
Cool.
Okay, Ryan, is there anything else that you would like to talk about? Anything that's new and that's coming out that you want to actually give us the poop on? I know that you have the new Bolt Action 700 coming out,
Mhm.
but is there anything else?
I did want to mention that Caliber magazine has done a full review on the Renegade.
Nice.
That's going to print next week, so that'll be on their next issue. So if anyone wants to read a really in-depth review on it, I gave Dan one of our Renegades and asked him for an honest and objective review on it. So there's that to look forward to. And then for the Renegade and the Maverick, now that the Maverick's in production, we're going to focus on all the aftermarket parts that we promised everyone.
Good.
A few different options for charging handles for both platforms. A pump action bolt-on that bolts onto the V1 or a V2 or X1 or X2 handguards. And our new handguard, we're going into production in 2 weeks for our 3 and 4 series in both the V and the X series. And that's going to have a few different mounting options, M-LOK mounting options, as well as an enlarged channel to accommodate the gas system on those MCRs, WK-180s, and all those 180 type platforms.
Perfect. Awesome.
Neat. There's
Yay.
it's hard to get a forend on those.
Mm-hmm.
There's also a complete lack of barrels for those things.
Oh yeah, and that's something we've been asked to do as well with the short carbine system. We're working through that, but it's a little more challenging to get it to the reliability and the accuracy that we want to achieve. We have a minimum standard, so it's giving us a bit of headache, but I'm sure we'll get there.
Cool.
Awesome. All right. Once again, where can people find out about your new endeavors? What's the website?
The website is either victoryridgesports.ca or mapleridgearmory.com. We encourage everyone to sign up for the newsletters on either website, depending on what you are looking for in product, or sign up for newsletters on both. We don't send out our email newsletter more than once a week for either website, but we're encouraging everyone to do that just because of everything that's happening on social media. We're a little concerned that if those pages get pulled down or the different groups we have on those platforms are pulled down for whatever reason, we may not be able to so easily communicate all of our big news to everyone out there.
Yeah, very important right now. Yep. All right. Thanks, Ryan. Thanks for coming on. Hope to see you at maybe a range day this year. Yeah,
it'd be great if you all came out and maybe we can even do a Slamfire out there alive.
Cool. Yeah, maybe we could. That'd be awesome. Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for having me. It was good to speak with all of you. Wish you all the best.
Yeah, good to see you again.
Yeah, thanks for coming on, Ryan.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks. Have a great night. Bye.
Thanks again to Ryan from Victory Ridge Sport and Maple Ridge Armory for coming on. Both those have ridge in them. Victory and Maple.
There you go. There's what ties them together, Adriel. You should point that out to Ryan. Ask if he noticed it.
I'll let him know next time. Ryan, I don't know if you noticed this. I'm in marketing. Both of your names have ridge in them.
We should do something with that.
You know what you should do? The iconography, whatever you're using for branding, should both have ridges in them. There we go.
Ridge in there.
I think he never thought of that. It's like going to be. Oh my God!
A note on Ryan. His Facebook page only has 97 likes, or did at the start of the show. So go hit that Victory Ridge Sports page up. Give him a like. Give him a follow.
Yeah, we'll share it on our page too.
Yep. Let's get into listener feedback. Listener feedback is sponsored by Armory DC Gunsmith. Armory DC Gunsmith is a full-service gunsmith who specializes in firearms refinishing. He offers hot bluing, parkerizing, Cerakote finishes, as well as wood and steel refinishing. Check out his online inventory of new and used guns, firearms accessories, optics, and more at dcgunsmith.ca.
Did you know that he's also a Maple Ridge Armory retailer? We talked about it last week, but yeah. I thought I'd give a plug since Ryan was on the show today.
Nice.
Relevant plug.
Relevant. Yep.
I think we've been handling the Facebook stuff as we've been going along.
Yep.
Tim Krosno's going to be out hunting with his 6.5 Grendel AR-15. Very nice. Very nice.
Well, good for Tim.
Yeah, I'm not. No. I'll be using my 6.5 Creedmoor AR-ish thing, but not an AR. No. So nothing for Facebook. Emails. I'll take this first one from Rod. The MR-73 was standard issue with France's
gendarme.
Thank you. Gendarme, I guess. And in some police units, including special weapons and tactics teams, RAID, GIGN, and comparable units, the GIGN, or GIGN, as I like to call them, selected the MR-73 in part for its ability to almost indefinitely withstand 150 rounds of full-power ammunition during daily range practice. These teams also used the MR-73s with the Bushnell Magnum Phantom 1.5x telescopic sights and 8-inch and 10-inch barrels for tactical purposes. Over 1 million rounds were allegedly fired through one example. And he's got a link to the Manarin MR-73. So this is the
what we made
revolver
fun of last week.
Yeah, that we're talking about and gushing over last week.
Yeah. Yeah, we were gushing.
Yeah. Every MR-73 is match grade accurate, shipped with its own factory test target, fired at 25 meters, averaging 15 rounds, no group over 20 millimeters or 0.79 inches diameter with selected ammunition is allowed. And then they give them to cops.
Yeah. Well, hopefully it's the TAC team guys so they can actually shoot.
I still think it's it's a revolver, and they're giving it to the special weapons and tactic team. Weird. Just weird. It
is weird, but they're French, so.
Yes.
Oh, we have the revolver.
Better than the tactical baguette.
That's true.
You know how to say baguette.
Baguette?
Depending on the circumstance. I mean, at lunch, it's not as good.
No.
But.
Oh, God.
Oh. All right. Kelly, do you want to take this next one from Phil?
All right. It's from Phil G. He says, "Greetings, Slamfire people." I like that. We are the people. I heard a couple times now people ask, what?
We're the people kind. Slamfire people kind.
Yes.
Yeah.
male, female, people, kind. Okay, I'll go back to the
You're
beginning.
not, they're just gender non-binary people, Kelly. We don't want to get banned from Facebook. Come on.
Anyways, I've heard a couple times now people asking about the Grey Birch rifles and what's going on. And I've actually recently corresponded with someone there. Apparently, there's an issue with some of the paperwork regarding required to get the Timony triggers into Canada. And I was told that they should be in any day now. Also, the website now shows an approximate release date of January 31st. While we're into February. By the way, he sent this last week. So approximate release date is January 31st. Thanks for the great show, Phil. That's it.
From Josh V. Hi, guys. It has been a minute since I've sent a message. If you haven't seen the Boots and Cats video on YouTube, that subject line will make absolutely no sense. None of us have seen it. If you do not suggest you look, I'm just going to read your grammar is so terrible. I hate you people.
Hi, Josh.
You suck, Josh.
If you haven't, I suggest you go take a look at it. It will forever be stuck in your brain. Thank you. Watch it.
You've seen it?
Watch it after the show. No, I haven't
Kelly
seen
watched
it.
it.
I'm actually, this is the first time I've seen I copied and pasted this, but I haven't actually read the email. So.
Okay. Well, we'll go watch
And I
it
didn't
after
fix the
show.
grammar. Sorry.
No, I don't want you to fix the grammar. I want to read it and humiliate people. If anyone knows Josh,
That's
throw
not how we
something
do
at him.
things. Oh, yeah.
Absolutely it is. Anyhow, 3 dots Kelly, comma. A few weeks back, you mentioned a pair of tactical pants you got from Smith Army Surplus in Kingston.
I ordered them 3 weeks ago, for a few weeks. I got them.
Hold them up. Hold them up. Let's see.
Oh, fuck. I should take my
There we
size off so nobody sees what size I am.
They're slimming. Obviously, I had to get a pair then also. Generally, if you guys recommend it, I buy it. I recommend that you buy a gun for Adriel then. They are pretty amazing, I must say. Question is, do you know of any other brands that are equal to those ones? The name of the current ones escapes me at the moment. I need more pairs. What's the brand name again there?
True Spec. And this one is the Expedition. And they have a couple of different brands that are comparable, but these ones are the best ones. So just get these.
There you go. Wearing the same ones so often, and I can see my wife looking out the corner of her eye going, nope, there you threw a semicolon.
Okay.
Nope, not that there. That's the 4th day in a row he's worn these all day and to bed. Kidding, obviously. But not far off, not too far off. Let me know what you may know. Thanks. Also, Adriel, if you can just go out and quickly buy Ruger SR22 and a Shadow Systems 9mm and a Victory 22 SW22, then post a review online quick in the next week or so, that would be great. Get on that, Adriel. Slacker.
I have the Victory.
Do we know Josh?
Yeah, actually, I do. He sold me my kitchen appliances.
Is Josh ESL? Am I mocking him and he actually doesn't speak English? Because then I'd feel like a real a-hole. Probably
actually, Josh
crime.
is a really nice guy, and yes, English is his first language.
Well, I
and stop
imagine
it.
he probably spends more time being nice than spelling, so that's good. Those are the ones I'm considering purchasing next, or better yet, I will buy them from you once you review them, and there's no risk. Serious markup there. Adriel has touched things. That's 10%. He's like gold. Same goes for that Renegade you just posted on the hunting gear guy. If you want to get rid of it, let me know. Yeah, let me know if you want to get rid of it too.
Yeah.
I'll take it before Josh.
Stick line. You're in line after me. You're in
What?
line.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
Always wondering if Trevor will be on next week, Josh V. Thanks for writing, Josh.
I think I sold some Renegades with that video. Not I
Did
think.
you?
I know I sold some Renegades with that video.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Some people that we know might have decided to go that route.
Are you gonna give names or what?
No,
Okay.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Got to maintain OPSEC for everyone. Mm-hmm.
All right. Fine.
Want to read the next one there?
The
Adrian?
Shadow Systems 9mm. Buy that. All those other ones are crap compared to that one.
Yeah.
That one's gonna be awesome.
Why does
Or Shadow 2.
Hey, Josh.
Give a Shadow 2.
Why do you want to buy? Sorry, not why do you want to buy, but I'm just curious about the Victory Smith & Wesson 22. If you want to try one, let me know.
Yeah,
I have one.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah.
By the way, the did you see for race guns? That's one of the ones that Rick's pimping out.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. So just to say, you know what? Race guns.
For race guns.
Just saying.
I've got the next one from Jonathan. Hello,
Okay.
Slamfire. Thanks for last week's interview with Terry McCullough from Savage Arms. What a great first podcast guest for 2021. I had no idea Savage had its own rimfire production facilities located in Canada. Very cool to know that 160 Canadians are making guns domestically, and in doing so, supporting their families and the community of Lakefield.
Right.
The support that the company puts out, both monetarily and with their products, was very impressive. I'm looking forward to Terry's next visit to the podcast after listening to a little about Savage Arms. It's safe to say a Savage Rascals in my daughter's future. So with no new episodes during the holiday break, I opted to go back and listen to some old ones. There's some really great stuff in the older shows, and I encourage others to do it if you're searching for something else to listen to. Check out episode 63 to hear Steve Lee play Time to Get a Gun live, and find out who reads the intro or outro, or episode 99.5 to hear Matthew give a great explanation of parallax that you can use to explain to people who just don't get it. On the topic of old episodes, have you ever thought about utilizing dynamic ad insertion for your back catalog? It seems like a lot of the other podcasts are employing this technique, and I imagine it's something you could offer to show sponsors to generate a little cash. Maybe it's there's got to be some batch automation that you can run to handle the task. Maybe it's not feasible at your scale. To be honest, I know next to nothing about it, just that it exists, and I only recently picked up on it. Just a thought. Thanks for the show, Jonathan.
Thank you for
Adriel.
your proper grammar, Jonathan. We
Oh,
appreciate it.
It was a great email, by the way. And
it
we're
was.
looking forward to having Terry back on it too. But what do you think? You know all of this. You're the dude that knows everything about this.
Marketing automation for a day job? Yeah.
No.
That's maybe what I do. No, what I do marketing automation for a day job.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
But-
so like automating, adding in that's that you just do that in a batch audio processing kind of a thing. But the dynamic bits, well, that's a little bit harder to do. You could dynamically serve them up based on the user's location, which might get you like a US and then the Canadian feeds. Yeah.
It's just all over. It's just totally. I got
US.
fire.
Jonathan, I'm very lazy. I can't be bothered. That's the real issue.
You're not
But,
lazy.
Get the kids
Maybe in
to
the
do it.
future. I got other things
Yeah.
to do. My dynamic will be my children do it for very low fees.
Yes, to then dispatch your minions.
Yeah. Kelly, do you want to take the next one from William S?
Okay, so William S. sent this to us through Patreon. By the way, if you do want to contact us, you can do it through email, or you can do it on, on Facebook or whatever, or you can even do it on Patreon. And he chose that method to contact us. So he says, I recently received a WK180C, and I want to change out the grip, but the screw head looks really odd, round, almost rivet-like center with a lock washer below the head. If it is a hex screw, what size do I need? Maybe it's just my eyes.
Oh, that's the one inside the pistol grip, right?
Yeah.
That is, I don't know, like a number 5 or so. Like say a 3/16, somewhere around there. 3/16 maybe. Somewhere around there, depending on, like, some of them are different. I've seen some flathead ones, for example, that weren't Allen keys.
Oh, I've never seen that.
The flathead grip screws.
Yeah.
I had what did I have that? I don't know. One of my LPKs, like 6 years ago or something like that, had a flathead. It was still round, but like a flat screwdriver for the grip screw.
Was that the one you got off Wish?
No, there's no Wish back then. Yeah, one of those. Sorry, William. It's one of those.
Just grab your Allen key set and see which one fits.
It's hard to get into the grips if your Allen key set isn't long enough.
They're long.
But like if you're gonna do like a whole bunch of like gun stuff, like get a like a little screwdriver set like this that's got like a bunch of like all the bits in it, because eventually you're gonna need that kind of a thing.
Yeah.
And it really comes in handy. I use this kit all the time. If you'd like to email the show, send your email to slamfireradio@gmail.com. Next up, podcast app reviews. If you'd like, hey, Kelly, you turned our Facebook group into something that you can, or our Facebook page into something you can review, right?
You betcha.
We had a review.
We had actually a ton of reviews.
Oh, let's collect
What?
them next time. Let's read them on air. Yeah, sorry guys.
Yeah,
We'll read that next time.
Yeah, I did not upload them.
But if you're listening right now, head on over to Facebook and review the show page on Facebook and talk about how much better than orphanages we are, and that would be appreciated.
Hey, that's actually a really good
Stupid
idea.
orphanages.
Orphanages is down here. We're up here.
Exactly.
Big, just a little bit.
Yeah.
Yep.
So go give them a bad Yelp review and boost us up.
Yelp. Oh dear.
Should have thought of that
The
before they
gruel
came
was cold.
Yep.
See, sir. Well, anyways.
All right, new Patreonies. Patreonies. We've got Chris W at 403. What cartridge is 403? 40 odd 3? 403?
3 rounds of 40 cal.
I don't know.
Or 3?
Chris,
Yeah.
you got to tell us what that is. And then Michael D at 5, aka 500 or 50.
Yeah, I like that.
$5.
Mm.
Did they send in their addresses?
No. So send us your addresses, guys.
Send us your addresses. I will get the
Pedro will
patches
send
in,
you
and it will
patches.
not take me 3 months this time.
Good job.
Probably.
Might take Canada Post 3 months.
Let's see. If you'd like to help support the show, head on over to patreon.com/slamfireradio. And you can also help us help support the show by visiting our website. We've got like a support the show section there. If you click through there and then you click on the Cabela's link and you buy something from Cabela's, we get like a kickback that we can use to buy webcams and lights and green screens so we can put up people's pictures. And the jet fuel is so expensive right now.
Actually, listen, I'm not buying jet fuel. I'm buying ammo because the prices on it are just stupid.
Well, you should have like a few thousand just sitting in the back cupboard so you don't have to buy right now.
I don't have any. Just say don't have any.
Okay, yeah, ammo costs.
Yeah. Did you
Price
see that today?
Price of the show's going up.
Oh, yeah.
Plus,
20%.
Adriel has He-Man backgrounds. Those are not cheap people.
That's a quality background there.
Yep.
Shout outs, Kelly.
I just want to give a shout out to Greg Weiss for putting on the RSO program on Tuesday and to Kelly Kincaid for allowing me to come over and reload with her.
Yay, Kelly Square.
Yay, Kelly Square. The fantastic people at Smith Army Surplus. If you're looking for some really cool things, not just Army Surplus things, they have a ton of pants. Yes, but you wouldn't believe it's a really, really, really good store. Like this, they have everything you need for camping. They have everything that you need for going to the range with apparel. They have a lot of stuff there. Anyways, go and check them out. And by the way, they have a new website and they also do delivery now too. Okay. And the other thing is, thank you very, very much to Ryan for coming on. He was very open to me messaging him and say, hey, you want to come and talk about your new endeavors? And he said, sure. I was grateful for him doing that. So thanks for doing that.
Yeah. Dave?
Yep. Thanks to Ryan, as always. Super cool guy. Thanks to everybody who's listening. And thank you to my co-hosts. It's always fun to hang out with you guys. You're awesome.
It is fun when you come on. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would like to thank. I got some people buy some guns off me. I have no idea if they're listeners of the show or not. They might be. Sometimes like random people just like know me and like know what I'm up to because they listen to the show. So if you guys are listeners, thanks for buying some guns off me. Make some more room in my safe, and I can buy some more stuff and review it and get it up there.
If you're not listeners, start listening.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how you're hearing this, but start listening. Doug was mentioning that the 403, maybe that's Southern Alberta. Yeah, because our area code for Southern Alberta is 403. Maybe. Clues from Chris.
No, because Chris W is from Ontario.
Maybe it's a different Chris W.
No.
Okay.
Sure.
Maybe he wishes he lived in
I've
Calgary.
claimed Chris W.
Maybe you licked him. He's yours. Maybe he's.
No, I haven't licked him.
Okay, good. He looks. You don't know where he's been.
All right. Check us out on Gunners of Canada. Like us on Facebook. Give us a review on Facebook. Join the CCFR, and we'll see you next week.
Have a good night, everybody.
Bye. Bye. Okay, so
Okay,
which
it's doing now.
which
I see it
computer did
doing.
you get?
I got an Amiga 2000 from 1990. The first Commodore Amiga I ever played on at school, and that was the first. At the time, Commodore was about 10 years ahead of everyone else.
Oh, I remember
Atari
Commodore 64. I had one of
Yep.
those.
It went Commodore
No, I
64, Commodore 128, and then it went to the Amiga. And the Amiga was the first real multimedia computer. They were mind-blowing at the time, like
I
truly
remember.
revolutionary.
Not that this is about guns or anything. Oh, sorry, everybody. We were actually just waiting for the go live button to go. So we're live. I do know that because we got our notification. Hey, everybody.
But when I click on it, it doesn't do anything. That's annoying.
What?
I don't know. It's
Oh,
being
it says we're live
stupid.
on Facebook. I can see
Yeah,
I see
prompt
too.
on the screen. Yeah.
Being
All right.
stupid. Yeah. Anyway,
Dave,
but
love you. Shut up.
I love you too. No.
You can join in as we actually start the interview. Adriel, I'm going to stop. Oh, look at you and your little. All right.
By the power of maple seed. Adriel has a He-Man background up for everybody that's listening and not watching, like you should be.
They won't hear this anyway.
They
so
won't
it's
hear it
getting
because he's
cropped
going to
out.
edit it.
Nope, don't crop it. Put it in.
All right.
Nope, you got to leave this stuff in. This is good stuff.
This is the stuff for the end of the
That's the
show. Remember when
quality.
we used to have that
Why don't we put, like, an
after
outtake
the
at
end? Yeah, we don't do that anymore.
No,
Take
it's
it-
you got
it's
it. That's
taken forever.
hilarious.
I'd really like to start.
Hilarious. Okay. I have an idea for a game, by the way, not a drinking game, but
Dave.
A video game?
no.
Does it got He-Man in it?
It doesn't, unfortunately, but I had a thought that we could have like a little contest where one
Garbage
of us racks a gun, and the listeners have to guess what type of gun it is.
Oh, yeah.
I want to do that sometime. Let's do
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Okay, go, Adriel, go.